I'm going to go with movement speed. But, as long as you have a castable type ability, then you're going to be able to use it, I believe. Oh, right stick. There we go. Yeah, so it is dependent for whatever reason on having a fast cast auto attack for whatever reason. Either it's the trigger on the Banshee's Wail or whatnot. Either way, it's weird and actually triggers the global cooldown for whatever reason. Oh well, I might as well have the bouncy move on autocast too. Jesus. Jeez. Okay. Maybe not. I think, honestly, I'm as soon as I got the runes for it, because currently we don't, as soon as I got the runes for it, I'm probably going to try and make something a little bit more palatable. Okay. I'm also going to forgo going with mindlessness right now in favor of Coward's Cast. Very high damage. What the hell kind of spell is that? I don't know. It's an interesting question, though. Okay. So at this point, we have left bumper, right bumper, and right stick I don't need to worry about. Uh-oh. Well, surprise. Let's see. What we're doing is quite possibly one of the most unfair things I've ever done. Oh, no, it's right stick. There we go. And I honestly, I don't have regrets here. Why? Because I'm a cheating bastard and have no remorse in life. But mostly because I can, mainly. Okay. Now I'm trying to shoot off the bullet, the Coward's Cast. So I think the point of Coward's Cast is it's best if fired into groups of enemies. It also does stupid amounts of damage and may even do it in an AoE. It's kind of hard to tell. Anyway, seeing as we're in this unique position of, no, you can just hold it down. Well, that's terrifying. Doesn't let anything get close to me, though. It's hilarious, though. Like, honestly, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever done. But it makes me happy nonetheless. Oh, might as well just nuke him and stuff. Okay. Seriously, though, this is I feel so bad about myself in a lot of ways right now. Sounds hilarious, though. Nobody survives. I am the screaming. It's like I'm Banshee from wherever. Okay, so first and foremost, Coward's Cast, actually a really solid spell. Does have some interesting problems with it, but actually has no freaking. Okay, there we go. It has some interesting problems. Oh, there's a pair of mind runes. Guess I could have made mindlessness. Good to know. So, I guess first and foremost, I really did not need... Oh, hey. Second supernova, come to think of it. That was ultimately futile. So much as just, why have it? I have two. So, what we're going to make instead is mindlessness. Okay, there we go. Goodbye, Supernova, whose damage is probably not as good as the other one. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of Coward's Cast for a second. Okay, which one of these does more damage? Perfect. Okay. So you go... Oh, shoot, I was supposed to pull Coward's Cast out of there. Oh, well, not the end of the world. So, again, we have... Interesting situation. Okay, so I'm going to have Dark Front as my autocast, because that's a little bit less on the frame rate. And this way we can have mindlessness. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's fascinating. Banshee's Wail is not tied... Wait. Banshee's Wail is not actually tied to the class ability at all. You could do this with any class ability. Oh, that's weird. That is weird. Okay, Grizzly Intellect. Useless. Okay, so don't need Grizzly Intellect. So Holy Crusader, I guess. And we get more shock runes. And some health. Which, I mean, the one problem with this entire build, it does take damage, which is bad. There's probably a good way of me handling it. But currently, I don't know. Okay, so Runedex. Creatable spells. Can I make it? I could make Striker, interestingly enough. But we don't want to. Chain Lightning. No. Okay. Let's just keep going. No reason why not to, really. So let's Mindlessness. Roar a little bit. Nuke. Oh, right. I'm supposed to be using... Okay, I'm just trying to figure out the process here, because honestly I end up going a little bit quiet, if only to, like, figure out exactly how I'm supposed to do this, because... Jeez, that... okay, note to self, that Darks... Should just get fusion, shouldn't I? Okay. So, quick question. No, not Bestiary. Can I make White Lightning now? I'm just gonna check. What is the required stuff for White Lightning? Not Scarlet Salvo, not that. Okay, I need a Fire Rune. I was wondering. It's like, what's the one thing I don't have? Okay. So. Oh, it's right stick. Right trigger. Perfect. So, right bumper, roar, left 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 bumper, roar. Okay, so there is a process to this. It's just dumb. Let's keep going. And the problem, I mean, I'll try. Come on. The question is, can I actually... No, I don't think I can knock back Roar him. Unfortunately. I only need X number of wisps, though. Which is good. Okay, let's just nuke him. We only need one more. There we go. Okay. This is more pressure than I thought it would be. Okay, so let's actually go with a Shock Rune and Scavenger. This is the dumbest thing. What the... I closed out of that. There we go. Okay. So let's take off this Dark Front. It's not going to be worth anything. What we're going to have instead is... Oh, right. I need this. Oh. Interesting. When I roar, it actually sort of... Interesting. It cancels out all of my other attacks at the time. That's weird. Like, I'm sorry if... I honestly, I shouldn't apologize ever. I don't know. Uh-oh. Okay. We are in a very awkward and shitty position where we could actually lose regardless of what I want to do here, if only because the Bombardier is stupid powerful and certain things seem to be going against the plan here. I'll just wallop him. It's like the game has realized that I'm cheating and has figured out the best possible solution. Let's just get as many bouncing bullets in here as possible. Just hit him too. No, we're gonna take him out. Okay, so I guess as soon as I actually wise up to the situation, it's not so bad, but at the same time, still a problem. But I'm finding all of this quite fascinating, and honestly, yes, again, we could very well lose. I kind of hope we don't, but at the same time, it would be our just desserts if we did. And part of the problem is I'm not behaving like like I'm doing a standard run, because I'm not. It's because I'm cheating like crazy, and I want to know how, I mean, yes, how to abuse it, but I want to know how to get it working in an optimal manner. And interestingly enough, oh wow, you have to get a lot of points into that to even get the split factor to go up by 1. That's nuts. Okay, so we got some light runes, might as well put it into supernova. So, we got a lot of hearts, and we know where the exit is, so we can actually head down to floor 5. Actually, completely forgot we even made it down to floor 4. So, this run is the most unusual run I've ever run. Go figure. The Infinite Banshee is, it's not right. I shouldn't be doing this, but at the same time, it's very interesting how it even works. And it's one of those where it's like, I would hate myself if they patched this out, and I hadn't properly tried it. Oh, well, pissed off a Treant. Pissed off another Treant. This is a problem. Unless Infinite Banshee. Oh, and Powerbolt actually pissed it off, or at least Powerbolt killed it. Whatever. Let's get over here, figure out where the last health is. There we go. Okay, now we can leave. Use right stick to... Nope, I guess it's still auto-casting. Oh well, this is not a big deal. So let's get down to level 5 and figure out how to continue with the Infinite Banshee. Knockback is tempting, but I'm going to go with Earth Runes, because the problem is you can't hold the Infinite Banshee and cast anything else. You pretty much have to alternate between Infinite Banshee. That's right trigger. Because you don't want any of the like super nukes on either of the triggers, because the auto cast is actually going to mess you up pretty hard. I could switch them actually. Huh. I don't know. All this calls for more experimentation as we go along, but that'll be later. Okay, Infinite Banshee a little bit, and then let's go through here. So we got this, we got all of these guys, and I guess the thing is you can just kind of Infinite Banshee for a little while, and then let everything else handle itself. There we go. The obvious thing is, I guess I might as well just... Ow! She hurts! I guess the Focus Witch really does not want to die. Okay, so, at the very least we get some health. So, the single problem I think this build runs into, is singular enemies that are actually, like, dangerous. So, Fireborn Voidlings, Focused Witches, whatnot. And you'd think, oh, you know, a couple of supernovas would fix that right up, speaking of. Let's get the mindlessness up in here. And the problem ends up being that the chaos and the slight lag makes it very hard to cope with a lot of the issues presented by this build. And, like, for example, there, wow, that's a lot of prismatic going on. So in this case, it's like I'm able to kind of infinite Banshee, but the problem is I then run into some serious issues simply trying to cast spells because of the way it handles cooldowns, which again is fascinating, but ultimately destructive more than productive. And I feel like I could actually do better on a regular run simply by, you know, being patient and knowing my limits and having some solid, you know, keep away from me type spells. And if given the chance, I probably will actually switch out Prismatic Devil in favor of Flame Salvo. Or, I mean, there's White Lightning, which is tempting. I'm trying to take at the hell portal. Yeah, the problem is... Uh-oh. Oh, wait, there we go. We got lucky here. We also get a lot of health. There we go. Wow, that is quite a lot of health. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm going to keep those 3 in reserve. Because our super power shock, the problem is... I was expecting, as part of this entire build... I was expecting as part of this build that I'd just be able to hold Infinite Banshee and do the, like, super shock. Turns out, not so much so. So that ends up getting actually pretty much invalidated by the base strategy. And oh, that's fascinating. Okay, so the interesting thing is, could I? Entropy, fire, speed, fusion. Goodbye, power shock. You're not, or power bolt. You're not quite there. Because here's the thing. What if I did this? Interesting. So the reality of this situation is, what if I switch the 2 of them? Is it based on the one with the shortest cooldown? Could very well be. At which point, Prismatic Devil would and will win. Because the cooldown... Oh, no. Maybe it is based on what's here instead. Well, let's let the Banshee handle it. Oh, yeah, it is. It is, in fact, based on whatever's in the... you know what? If I'm going to be in the habit of using and abusing stuff, Infinite Banshee... I guess the other problem is this does run into the sheer base problem. I don't have enough fingers. But the reality of this situation is, as obnoxious as using the Infinite Banshee combo, I can essentially mimic quad. I can mimic quad fusion without even having to, have it. So what I'm going to do in this case is instead use the Banshee, not to constantly be using ultimates or anything like that, because realistically that seems to be causing us some serious amounts of grief. So instead, I'm just going to use it to nuke the occasional enemy. I'm going to use it in conjunction with murderating the countryside. So in this case, I'm actually just going to rely on the base spells that I've already been given, or I guess have accumulated, and then I will just... Uh-oh. Red bones +2. Kind of scary. Oh, +4. Hopefully between the couple of them, I should be able to hit the red bones, no problem. Okay, yeah, this way I can rely... Jeez, he is one tough son of a bitch. This impresses me and terrifies me. Oh, finally took him out. At the very least, we get a fair amount of health and stuff. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to murder his face. His damage. Wow. Okay. I should also go into bullet speed. And Grizzly Intellect, yeah. Even though technically we have unlimited cooldowns, whatever. But we do also have a couple of triples. So I'm going to continue to pile entropy runes in there. Runedex. I could put the earth rune. Oh, I should put the earth rune in here at the very least. Okay, Runedex, creatable spells. Water, water, light. Water, water, light. What's it make? Oh, what's it make? Divergent Catalyst. Shortest cooldown fires a fan of 4 bullets. If all 4 bullets hit something with a short time of each other, each bullet causes an area explosion and deals critical damage. Huh. Interesting application. Not sure if it's going to be good or not. I'm going to actually get rid of Dark Front. I'm going to use that with Fusion, because I want to see if the 2 of them together create some interesting effects. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is actually kind of revert to a little bit more of a regular run. I'll use the Infinite Banshee a little bit more often, but I want to see if I can rely on the spells that I've been given, or at least the spells that I've created, to see if I can do interesting things with it. Because Divergent Catalyst seems very obvious issue is I'm gonna have to infinite banshee him. Okay, so Divergent Catalyst, it's an interesting spell. Problem being, the cool effect of it is best used in tight spaces. Very rare for you to run for me to run across a spell that is truly best used in tight spaces. So in this case, if you hit each wall, the effect will go off. But if you don't, then it won't. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna go with defense. We're taking a lot of damage here when we really shouldn't be, just because my weird harebrained tactics are kind of screwing us over. Oh well, not the end of the world, but I do have to say, we're running into some really interesting and fascinating things that I like. I'm just not sure what to think of. So another speed rune. I'm just going to put it into this because I am hoping to use fusion. Okay, there we go. Between that and mindlessness, I should be able to use everything. Uh-oh. So here's what I'm going to do. And this is cowardly as I'll get out. But, it worked. Okay, so we get a couple of hearts for our trouble, and I did not actually have to fight them. Okay, what is this? Living statues. This terrifies me a little bit. Okay, so let's turn off that. Can I use Supernova? Nope. Okay. I need to keep... Let's try it. So, what I can do here... Actually, this is working. I was a little bit concerned that I was just murder my face. And it turns out we're fine. Okay, I'm gonna go with bullet size here. I was concerned that what would happen is that the statues would all just turn and kill me really hard. Turns out, not so much the case. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Rumbler, +1. Oh dear. Alright, it's dead. It's dead, Jim. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I'm happy about it. And let's just keep going. Seriously though, this run is probably going to result in my death. And ultimately, if it is, I'm okay with it. It would not surprise me, and it would not disappoint me. Gotta turn off that autocaster. I'm going to die here. Okay, because, again, this entire build is dependent on some seriously cheap nonsense that should not be done. So, if you do decide to emulate me and try this, beware. Not actually easy. Also, might have been easier on lower difficulty. Like, honestly, I could totally see myself just wrecking through everything on Wimpy mode. But I'm not on Wimpy mode. I am on, what, intermediate or something? Okay. That was a weird lag spike. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not entirely clear what exactly it is. Oh, shoot. Redbone's got up. I'm just gonna... just kind of roll with it. Okay. So we're not dead, again. And we're getting there. We are getting there. We've got one more health. I'm gonna turn it off. And... oh, I'm still firing. As long as I'm looking up, actually, I don't think I'll have a problem. I've been wondering about these. Okay, so the blue zones don't actually hurt you. That's good. I was actually originally thinking that they were a result of the bouncy move. Turns out, actually false. Probably for the best. But, still not good either. And, oh, we need fusion here. Realistically, fusion is probably kind of a bad choice for this build. But at the same time, I don't know, I had to see what nigh on infinite fusion looks like. And the answer is actually pretty solid. Just the results of infinite banshee do have some serious drawbacks. Mainly, you get your face stomped in by everything just because you can't see what you are doing. Oh, shoot, those are stone-eyed. Oh, man, that would be insane. The other spell that I would love to see in this scenario, but it would probably murder my frame rate, would be Infinite Dark Winds. Because I like Infinite Prismatic Devil. It's funny, but it's not particularly useful. I'm just gonna go fight the boss. No idea who we're going to be up against, but it's Burnikai the Clown. Which could actually be okay here. You ready? I'm ready. Come on, health bar. I noticed my frame rate does tend to take quite the dip. When... Uh-oh. You stunned me. Not appreciated. At the very least, we are in a position where we can... Uh-oh. Getting hit by the red orb causes problems, apparently. And also getting hit by those blue-ish orbs causes problems. Right, because they're landmines. So, yeah. There's no way to clear them either. Ow. Now here's the question. Okay, Supernova... Uh-oh. Supernova does not, in fact... Supernova does not, in fact... bust through that shield like I'd want it to. Yeah, we're probably going to die here, and it's going to be my just desserts. But it was a very unique run. Yep, there we go. I'm okay with it. It was... honestly, even though, like, it was interesting, and oh, shoot, I did die with a triple combiner. I feel kind of dumb about that, but, okay. Reality of the situation is, it was fun for the first 10 seconds. And then after that, it actually got quite obnoxious. And I think sheerly because I was using it in conjunction with Banshee's Wail. And yes, Banshee's Wail did teach us, or at least give us the ability or the knowledge that this was possible. But if I were to try this again, assuming it doesn't get fixed, I would try it again without Banshee's Wail, because Banshee's Wail sucks. It's distracting, it makes things impossible to see, and honestly, it's just an eyesore. And, realistically, I'm not sure which one interrupts your casts either. Like, you could potentially queue it up, actually, so you could have infinite casts. It's just between Banshee's Wail and all my other effects trying to go off, I just couldn't handle it at the time. So if you want to experiment with it, go for it, because honestly there's some pretty cool things that are potentially doable as a result of that build. That said, especially with Burnikai and his invincibility, and our inherent squishiness, we did not have the chops to take him on. If this were a regular run and I was running, multiple fusion, or really just any kind of build, where I was truly playing in a non-stupid manner, then it would probably work alright, but not in that case. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Runers, where we will try Intermediate again, without cheating. I think that sounds like a solid plan. I hope you guys agree. So, I'll see you guys then, and as always, thanks for watching.